Well, guys, we've got another big Player of the Month SBC on the way, and if you've been watching the channel for the last week or so, you know who this probably is if you didn't see in the thumbnail already, which I'm sure you did, but I don't even know why I said that. Yeah, kind of obvious, I guess, at that point, but anyway, we got to talk about that. We are seeing some ripple effects from these SBC leaks we've got over the last about 48 hours, plus also the official stats have been leaked for these two great Player of the Month SBCs that we need to go and look at now, and they're both pretty much what you expect. They did not give Peanut Chip Shot Plus, by the way, or something like that. They didn't go crazy and totally fuck her over or anything like that, so we'll talk about that too when we get there. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the top of the description. They're the safest and the cheapest option, and you can use my code JFC at checkout for an 8% discount. The full Jogo Bonito team is leaked with official stats and stuff as well, and it looks pretty good, actually, like a pretty good promo. Apparently, all players as well do have a certain boost that we'll go and talk about too. But as always, I've said it a million times, and I'll say it again. I appreciate all of you for watching and just being here interacting. Where are you guys watching from, by the way? I always love seeing where you guys are in the random corners of the world. Is always fascinating to me. But anyway, let's start off with content. And there was this evolution that came out. It was called Airborne, and it gives a pretty decent sized physical boost here. This is kind of like the Flash Evos. That's why I wanted to talk about this, because it kind of is that. It does give a +1 overall boost, which obviously is not as good as a +0 overall boost, even though the Flash Evos, I think, gave a +2 overall boost, right? So this is technically like better than those. And for example, here, this Endoy, a 74 physical, this Evo gives him 82. So it's like a +8 physical you could possibly get here, plus an Aerial Fortress play style. The leakers, by the way, did lie about this. This was, I want to say, leaked 4, 5, 6 hours prior to content, and they said it was gonna be like a really good evolution, and it just is like a basic physical boost, which isn't bad, but leakers did embellish this pretty badly. So we do sometimes see evolutions be leaked like a few hours before content. The odds on those being like insane are usually pretty low, because they probably want to engagement farm for longer. If the Evos are really good, maybe they actually hide them longer. You know, I don't exactly know, but usually it feels like when an Evo gets leaked an hour or 2 or 3 or 4 before content, it's not usually that great. So if you guys see that, that's kind of a general rule of thumb, I suppose. Also, rewards, I think, yeah, a couple of these expire. No, actually, it's just the badges, never mind. Just cosmetics expire. I thought the Bruiser Plus one did. No, that's in 4 days, so never mind. We're good there. I did want to mention and bring up this new evolution method to get your quick games in here. This is a 1st to 2 cup. So literally what you guys can do is you actually can't score own goals. That doesn't work, but if you want to get your Evos done really quickly here, just play this, let the player score 2 goals, and you get the game in for your evolution or for your objective if you're trying to get those silver icons. It's really, take advantage of these 2 days here. You can pretty much guarantee yourself to get whatever you want to, as long as you want to put in some time to lose games. Basically, as simple as that, because there is no match limit here for the first time in I don't know how long. Thank God. Thank you, EA, for doing that. That's really appreciative. They knew that we could do this, and they chose to not care. So I appreciate that, because they did know. But you got 2 days basically to just go and like farm 30 games if you want to in one night, just really, really quickly. Let them score twice, and you can do it really like a game a minute, honestly, or a game every 2 minutes if the other person isn't awful. So that's a nice addition there from EA, because they definitely knew that we could do that, right? And also, random side note here, this 3 of 10 80+ player pick, I think I might have gotten 1 card above 84 in this, and I've done this on a borderline daily basis. I've never seen a pick like this with worse weight. I don't know if I'm just getting like massively shafted here or what the deal is, but I've never seen a pick be this bad for me. I mean, I've probably opened 25 of these and gotten an 84 as my max player, and over again, it's like 84s, 83s, 82s. Like 3 of 10 is pretty nuts, and my weight is horrible on this. I don't know why that is. I just wanted to ask you guys if that was the same for you as well. And I think for tomorrow's video, we'll have a base icon upgrade, which I should have some more fodder by then, and we'll see if we can do any better than our last couple that have been absolute horseshite. And okay, let's get on now to the leaks and the news. So a second Barca Player of the Month has hit FC26, and it's coming out here in just a few days, I believe. Lamine Yamal has won the Player of the Month, which we thought he might. It is now confirmed, and we did not not know his official stats until like 30 minutes ago or so, and here they are right here. So Lamine Yamal, 90 rated, technical plus for him, so they kept the same playstyle plus. 86 pace, 82 shot, 87 passing, and 91 dribbling. So comparing this to his gold card right here, you're looking at literally plus ones on every single stat. So 86 pace, 82 shot, 87 passing, so on and so forth. It's plus ones everywhere. And gold Yamal being 63,000 coins right now, I kind of feel like this player of the month is not going to be too expensive, which I do kind of think we'll see people be like, oh my god, Yamal's not priced that badly. Dynamic image, and then they cream themselves and they don't realize the plus ones and all of his stats, and he's good value, and they just go out and complete him because it makes sense in their head, but actually the card's kind of just his gold card. In fact, it literally is his gold card. Maybe they give him a weak foot boost, and that actually might mean something. 4-star to 3-star weak foot could be a pretty decent sized difference there. Could they add a play style to? Yeah, you know, it's probably going to be the exact same card though, just plus one stats. So I do expect this would not be too expensive considering the price on his gold card, but maybe the dynamic image tax is just more than I'm giving it credit for. We'll talk more about that in a sec here. Then Claudia Pina, we've got her official stats as well, and she's got finesse plus, not low driven plus. Now, her stats as well, comparing her to her gold card, it's better than her gold, but not as good as her cornerstones card. So it's really not that different to her gold, apart from plus 2 passing. It's plus 1 pace, 1 shooting, 2 passing, 1 dribbling, and 2 physical. Of course, could they add a play style or 2? Yeah, they're probably not going to. And then you add finesse plus compared to low driven plus, there's differing opinions on which one's better there. I would genuinely say it's really the same. It's whatever one you like more. They're both really good. Finesse plus appears to be better for the low driven finesses though, so just keep that in mind if you do like doing that shot type. But yeah, her cornerstones here, it's not as good. So if you compare that here, it is -1s on, well, actually it's the same passing and dribbling, but -1 pace, -1 shooting. So it's going to be in between the gold and the cornerstones, probably priced at something like 300k if I had to guess. So 300k Pina, 250k Yamal, maybe-ish around there. And the sad part is I just genuinely don't think that this is going to end up being that worth it, honestly. I know Pina is going to be insane, right? We have no doubt her card's going to be nuts. If they price her like 300k or beyond, it's just going to be a tough sell when her gold card is literally 9,000 coins. And you probably can Evo her in maybe a few weeks time to a month's time, something like that, when 86 Evos become a thing. Because I mean, 85 Evos are a thing. So 86 Evos obviously are not that far away. They could be in a week's time, but they're probably more likely to be in a little bit longer than that, but it's not that far away. So anyway, point is here, you know, they're worth getting hyped up about in case you have a lot of fodder or something like that, but they probably are not going to be that much different to their gold cards. In fact, probably is the wrong word. They're not going to be much different to their gold cards. Like, they're just not going to be. But with the market, people don't really get that part. You know, it's dynamic image. Oh my god, player of the month. It's going to be better than their gold card. I got to go and complete it. And that tends to be what happens. And the expected date for those, I think it's this Friday for Yamal, and then next Monday, well, it's this Monday coming up for Claudia Pina. That's the tentative schedule. I'd assume Yamal will be on Friday, but we will see about Claudia Pina. Now, okay, before we get on to our Joga Bonito leaks, we do have these heroes we saw yesterday. 2 of them we've got the official stats for here. Cesc Fabregas being one of them. Official base hero stats, incisive plus, which makes the most sense. 75 pace, 78 shooting, 92 passing, 85 dribbling, and then some lower defending and physical. And you immediately had people saying, how is he 88 rated? You know, it makes no sense. Passing is the most important thing. He probably has 93 long pass and 90 short pass, or some variation of those, and 95 vision. Like, that is how it significantly boosts his overall rating. Promo card overall ratings means literally nothing, but there is like an actual calculation for like base ratings, and Fabregas ends up being there, I think, because of his passing. It'll all be in the low to mid 90s on his base card. But there's Fabregas' stats, and then Claudio Pizarro is next, and you know, this card's kind of what you expect, right? Pizarro was always slower. 77 pace, 86 shooting, 84 dribbling, and the precision header plus play style, which, if you guys use that much, is that actually decent? You know, and if you guys have used it, in what division are you, or where do you finish a weekend league? You know, are you like using it in an actual manner and getting 8, 9, 10 wins wins in a weekend league and actually using it, or do you think it's pretty bad? I don't know. I don't use it myself. We did get those today, and I'm assuming we'll see a lot more of these as the days to weeks go on, because you can now search for Fabregas and Pizarro, and I'm assuming the other heroes, once they become searchable, people will be able to see what their stats are and can report on those. And okay, also before I forget, I wanted to tell you guys this here. Ollie Khan's reactions on his pre-order icon card is now up to 90, so they did address that. We talked about this in a couple days ago's video, how like we didn't really understand the price of Ollie Khan, right? I liked him as an investment because I thought he was just so low. He was like 180, and this card looks insane. It's a set and forget goalkeeper almost for months on end, and now they upped his reactions down here. Well, actually, they don't have it updated yet. It still says 73, but in-game, it is now 90 reactions for Ollie Khan. So that is now changed. His price has gone up like 25K or 30K since then. It'll end up being a nice buy if you bought one for your team or you invested in one, because I couldn't believe his price was 180 or like it was 180 or something like that. And even with 73 reactions, it still made no sense. And now that he's got 90, it's going to keep probably rising, especially after packs. But okay, let's take a look at the Joga Bonito official stats here. And I think all these cards in this graphic are not SBCs or objectives. I believe they're all in the promo team. I'll take one more look at this, but I think that's what AC said. We'll zoom in a little bit more here and take a look. So here's Quaresma's card, 89 pace, 87 shooting, 92 dribbling with the, of course, Game Changer Plus there. That's going to be a super fun card there. We won't read through all of these. We'll just look through some of the most interesting ones here. So Naciba's Incisive Plus with 86 pace, 85 shooting, 91 dribbling on her. Wonder if she can play Cam, because that'd be a really nice Cam card. Bonmati has Tiki Taka Plus, not Tech Plus. Okocha looks insane. Big shooting boost on Okocha, so that's cool. Ginola has Finesse Plus. Palmer with Low Driven Plus. Maicon down here with Rapid Plus, and Rapid Plus on fullbacks. You know, you could play Maicon as like a right mid in a 3-5-2 or something like that, though. Chloe Kelly, Rapid. De Jong is Incisive. That's pretty nice. Yildiz with the Inventive Plus. Oh, my chub. I had a big old chub yesterday, and now my chub is gone. That kind of blows. Elise Finesse, sure. Nakata also, I think that is Inventive on him. Down here, Tech Plus Kvaratskhelia. Okay. Joe Cole keeps Tech Plus as well. Defender being Murillo. Premier League Brazilian Intercept Plus, sure. Gervinho Rapid Plus. Ederson has Ping Pass Plus, which is kind of funny. Cunha Finesse. Churky has the Game Changer Plus, so Travella for him. Cancelo Tiki Taka for a right back is kind of interesting. Who else is in here? Endrick, Low Driven Plus for him. Doku keeps Rapid Plus. Dest with Tech Plus for a right back is also quite interesting. And some of these fodder cards don't have playstyle pluses down here. And I don't know where all these cards will come from. I do expect some of these to be in some sort of objective or SBC of some kind, where you can get some just like extra fodder players here, because there's so many still that are in the SBC or objective section that are not even on this here. So we will see. But yeah, okay. Stats look pretty cool as always. IMR as well. I forgot to mention IMR's got Tiki Taka Plus there. The thing with these though is I believe they all get 5-star skills. And oh yeah, it's literally on this tweet right here. So they all have 5-star skills, which that is kind of cool. And there were pretty much no official stat leaks at all for any of the SBCs. So we don't have any clue what like Berbatov looks like, or Zaha or Lavelle or anything like that yet. So we'll see in the next couple days here. Also, Futspy does say here that the Evos for Joga Bonito will give 5-star skills, and that makes sense considering that the whole promo team has 5-star skills too. Okay, next up here, Bundesliga Player of the Month nominees for November. We've got 6 names here. There's a couple interesting ones. You got Olise, you got Undav, you got Diomande in there. We do actually have a graphic of like what the goal tallies are though for each player here. And flashbang warning, we're going to FIFA U Team's website, and they always got bright ass screens. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, boom, and we've got a 6 goal tally for Dennis Undav here, and he's 1, 1, and 2, but 6 goals, you know, that might just do it. Olise, though, to be fair, does have 3 wins and a draw, and then 2 goals and 3 assists. So 5 goal comps. Could he possibly sneak in there? We got Cheeseburger as well with 3 goals, 3 assists. So tough to say, but Undav was what the reply's favorite player was. We'll have to wait and see, though. Olise could end up winning it, though, with a little top of the table cheese, right? All right, next up here, Nepenthes tweeted this out and wanted to comment on this because this is a very similar sentiment that many people have when they go back and watch their gameplay. They're like, wow, I'm missing the most obvious passes that I can imagine. I have the same problem. I'm not any different. Neb says, was just watching back some gameplay of mine on stream, and I miss wildly obvious passes all the time, specifically in attacking or progressive scenarios. So genuine question, how do I improve on that? The way to improve on that is watching back your gameplay and seeing where you miss passes. Oftentimes, it'll be in a very similar spot, or you're doing a very similar thing. One thing I noticed back in 24 a lot when I would watch my games back, whenever I got the ball with a technical plus player, I would like hold R1 for 2 or 3 seconds no matter what every time they had the ball. Like I would just need to like just for some reason hold it no matter what every time. And in those 2 to 3 seconds, it obviously may have been more beneficial for me to pass it very quickly, and I might get tunnel vision with the R1 dribbling and I just like miss open guys because I'm trying to take advantage of his specialty, which would be the technical dribbling, right? So I try to take advantage of that and in the meantime miss things. And that's just one example. You might have a long ball plus player and you know that and you're smart with that and you're trying to look for a long ball. And that's not a bad thing, but oftentimes you might be looking for the long ball and you miss the easy guy in front of you to keep the play moving and you miss an easy through ball, right? Or something like that. You know, there's just little things like that that have always gotten to me. I'm usually trying to abuse a play style when I miss somebody wide open. And if you go watch your games back, you're going to be shocked by like how much you miss. And this is kind of the problem with a lot of the guys who say like the scripting's insane online or whatever you want to say. If you go back and watch your games, you'll miss a ton of open guys live. Like you will look back and be like, how did I not see this guy? I have no idea I didn't see this guy. And if you watch that and study that, you can improve on your gameplay. But that also goes hand in hand with like, there could definitely still be some things that are manipulated against you, but you still can greatly improve. And that's kind of the in-between answer nobody wants. It's either, oh my God, it's fucking completely rigged or get good shitter. You know, people don't like the in-between answers, but that to me is kind of where it all is. So do watch your games back and you will immediately notice differences in how you think the game went versus how the game actually went. And sometimes it's exactly what you thought, but sometimes it's completely the opposite. And also did want to comment on this too. So the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund will officially own 93.4% of EA. There were some like hiccups here a little bit with this buyout that I was going to comment on, but there wasn't really any true like big sources talking about it. So I kind of wanted to wait to see what happened. But now we got more word today from a couple different sources. Other investors only have 6.6%. Saudi PIF also owns them too. So EA will practically be 100% Saudi owned. They will be 100% Saudi owned. So this is getting closer and closer to a done deal here. And we're going to see what the effects are of this. I think we won't see anything short term, right? It's going to be too quick to see anything short term here. But I think long term, there will be differences. Like there will definitely be differences to what would have been the case if EA stayed publicly owned compared to now owned by the Saudi PIF, right? There's definitely some big differences that will happen in the long term here. And I asked the question, I think in one of my videos months ago about, you know, is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? And some of you who were well versed in this kind of thing kind of all said it's most likely not a good thing, but there could be some good things that happen, like some more risks being taken. But in all likelihood, it either doesn't change anything or it's worse. So we can only really speculate. If you guys do know a thing or two about this kind of thing, what do you think? Is it going to be worse? Is it going to be better? But okay, let's take a look at the market here and can we see some effects of what this Yamal and Pina player of the month combination have been doing? Honestly, it's not been doing a whole lot to some of the more expensive attackers. A kind of card you'd expect to see immediately sold off just out of pure panic is Rafinha, right? Rafinha, I know he's upgradable, right? We've talked about it before. The Thunderstruck upgrades aren't really that great when you think about it. So Rafinha here, 620. Yesterday was 550. If we go and take a look, yeah, 551 after content yesterday, and now up to 630 basically. This kind of price right here goes to show you that the market was just a little too low back, you know, yesterday or 2 days ago. When you've got 2 player of the month wingers coming out from the exact same club and Rafinha doesn't go down, it shows you that he actually was pretty undervalued. And I know Rafinha does different things to Yamal and to Pina, but just with panic, you expect to see that. And also like card like Teo has gone up hugely. Teo was, I think, 480 at some point. Yeah, 485 2 days ago. So Sunday into Monday was definitely the best buy time here, which was nice to see that that ended up coming true. And I do expect this to probably stay about the same. I don't think you just sell these guys too much. Unless Joga Benito's pack weight is nuts, then maybe these guys will drop out of just pure insane supply for Joga Benito cards. But yeah, if you're up, you can just take some coins on some of these guys. Like Duvernay, I think, is up as well. Yeah, Duvernay was less than 100k here just yesterday. So that's another good buy there. So point is here, being risk averse, you could just take your coins right right now, I might do that, but there's a chance they do rise up a little bit more if there's not much supply of Jogo Bonito cards. And then fodder right now is about where it was yesterday. Yamal didn't boost too much. The biggest boost was to 87 tier. I wouldn't buy these cards at these prices right now. They're kind of getting up there. I think the window is probably missed. It was 2 days ago or so. 90s keep rising as well. The only cards that could go up from this point to me are going to be the 88s. I think these definitely could go up some, but the rest of these are kind of like, yeah, at this point I probably wouldn't buy. I maybe would wait until the next time to buy if you didn't buy these already. But if you do have these, we talked about this yesterday, I think I kind of want to sell in the hype here. I don't know if I want to hold on to these all the way until Pina and Yamal come out. I like the idea of selling my 87s that I bought for, what were they, 6,200 or something like that, selling them for 8,600. I like that idea instead of trying to get greedy. But I don't know, maybe I just have tiny balls and you got massive balls to hold on to these cards. But okay, Coolant 590 here. Let's read some of your wonderful comments. He says, I spend more time creating teams and fitting tactics to all of those teams than playing now. Shit is complicated and not worth the time, he says. And I think this kind of shows you, I do some of this stuff myself too, where I spend like 30 minutes just looking for like the team to make and stuff like that, trying to find the best player I want to use or just any fun player I want to use. And I have more fun, I think, doing that than I do going into the games and playing with those cards. And that goes to show you that that's a fundamental failure on EA's end, because they have a game that we find fun. Like, that element of building your team and finding the right player is so much fun. And past that point, if there's no fun had, that is such a failure. That part that we're talking about, like the fun in building the team and stuff, is just the nature of this game mode. So that's the easy part. EA don't have to do much with that. That just comes inherently. That's not something that they're necessarily doing. That might be a cynical take, but that's like, they're not really doing that part. What the part that they are responsible for is, okay, when I have these cards, what do I do with them? And how do I have fun with them? Do I have fun in game with them? Do I have fun in these types of modes, or etc.? I'm telling you, they have it so easy. They have so much just here. It's the most popular sport in the world. Some of the most famous people on earth are football and soccer players. They have a game mode that's like a trading card game mode that you can play with them, like trading cards that you can actually play with. That is incredibly, it's an incredible idea. That sounds incredibly fun. And if you fuck that up, which they haven't really fucked that up, they're making billions of dollars, right? But it could be a lot more to me. They're fucking up in their opportunity cost, and yeah, it's a disaster. I did want to ask you guys about some of this gameplay post goalkeeper movement patch. Like Christian says here, gameplay so fun now. You know, is it so fun after this patch, or you know, how are you guys feeling about it? I didn't play a single game today, so I don't know. I have no opinion on it. You know, let me know what you guys think of the gameplay since the post patch. And we got Ed Zombie who says, my mate did the Intercept Plus and it activates on saves from crosses and low driven and looks like it's working good. So you're telling me on low driven shots, Intercept Plus is activating, or is it like low driven? Okay, low driven crosses, I'm assuming, is what you mean. Yeah, okay, so saves from crosses and low driven. I'm assuming you mean low driven crosses there. If Intercept Plus does at least activate on goalkeepers, on crosses, okay, so I wonder if Intercept Plus, would that trigger on like catches, or how does that work? I don't know. I guess I don't even know if EA knows. I still don't recommend doing it, but if you did do it, I do want to know if Block Plus or Intercept Plus, I guess, or I guess what, I don't know. What else could there even be that you could put on a goalkeeper? There's probably nothing. I don't even know. What if you rushed out and you held triangle and then slide tackle plus? Would that do anything? I don't know. There's no way, but some sick bastards doing it, I'm sure. But hey, guys, I love you. Thank you all for being here and watching today. I appreciate you all so much, and I love you all. Peace.